we're strong, we're united, and we want our voice to be heard. Now, I am really pleased to introduce a number of members who serve in the Tennessee General Assembly. And if I can, first, good man, this is his first term in the state Senate. He represents District 31, which is west of here in Shelby County. And he won one issue, taking a lot of issues, but one issue that he is very passionate about is crime and making sure that people feel safe in their own homes and in their communities. He's been on the bus, he preaches this back home in Shelby County, he preaches it out here in each and every stop, and I'm proud of him. He's a hard worker and a smart man. Please join me in welcoming Senator Brent Taylor.
Good afternoon, Madison County. Is this cussed off country? I'll say this to the congressman. Most of you don't know me, but I'm an undertaker by profession. And I will remind everyone here that you have to have 6 friends. Otherwise, your casket drags all the way to the grave. And I can tell Congressman Kustoff, you're not going to have any problem with that. You got plenty of friends here. And if we get them out to vote Tuesday, we'll send you back to Washington, D.C. to represent Madison County and West Tennessee. As the congressman said, I'm from Shelby County, and you're probably thinking, how the hell did Shelby County elect a Republican? There's still Republicans there, and there are enough there to elect me to the state Senate. I live in an unincorporated part of Shelby County, but I represent Memphis and Germantown and Collierville, several other cities. And I don't know if you've heard or not, but our local DA down there is a Soros-backed DA.
We heard.
You heard, and you may have heard he and I are butting heads.
Good.
Now, we don't have a DA like Jody Perkins here. We need, Jody Perkins, we need more DAs like him. But I've been butting heads with him, and we're going to hold him accountable, and he'll have to answer to the General Assembly about his Soros ways, and we're going to do that. Crime is an issue for Shelby County, but it's also an issue for Madison County and West Tennessee, because what happens in Memphis impacts everybody in West Tennessee. And we have to do what we can to fight crime. And I'm here to tell you, I am fighting harder than the third squirrel trying to get on Noah's Ark when the rain started. We're going to solve the crime problem, and it'll make Memphis safer, it'll make West Tennessee and Madison County safer.
Thank you.
Look, West Tennessee is a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to have a business. There are beautiful farms all throughout West Tennessee, and we need to do what we can to protect our Tennessee values. And we do that by sending Ed Jackson back to the state Senate. We do it by sending John Stevens in neighboring county, Carroll County, back to the state Senate. And when you go and vote, you got to start at the top with Trump. Marsha Blackburn, we need to send her back to the United States Senate. Congressman Kustoff. And as I told you, I'm an undertaker by profession. Many of you have voted early. I encourage, as an undertaker, I encourage everyone to vote early. Because if you happen to pass away between now and election day, it's the only time that a dead man's vote will count. And I'll end with this, and I say it all the time, but from Memphis to Mountain City and from Turtletown to Tiptonville, thank you, God bless you, God bless Madison County, and God bless the great state of Tennessee.
Thank you, Senator Taylor. When you were going with that story, I didn't know exactly where you wanted to take me. I'm glad you got me in the election. I didn't know which way that was going, but it all works out. So thank you. Now, we've got another member of the Tennessee State Senate who is here, who's a lawyer. We like lawyers. Unless you're on the other side of a lawyer, then you may not like lawyers, but I'm a lawyer. Jody Pickens is a lawyer. And we need good, smart folks in the state Senate to make sure that we vote in the right laws and draft the right legislation. And our next speaker is somebody who is a hard worker. Now, I'm a little bit jealous because he's running and he's running unopposed. So that's that works out. That works. So if you lose this one, I don't know. We'll talk about it. But would you please give a warm welcome to Tennessee State Senator John Stevens. John.
Normally I can do this without having to look at my phone, but Congressman Rose started rattling off some of the things we're doing for you in our Tennessee values. So I wanted to hit some highlights right here. I should have these memorized, but I'm gonna roll off a couple things here. But Tennessee, we are a bright spot in a troubled country. We all know the direction the country is going. But we are blessed to live here in Tennessee, and it's largely in many part mainly because of what you do every single day. But on the political realm, the members of the General Assembly, led by our House Speaker, Lieutenant Governor McNally, and the members here, these are some of the accomplishments that you probably don't hear too much about. But we are funding our law enforcement at historic levels. That's number one. We're seeing huge strides in education achievement, historic increases in road and infrastructure upgrades. We're protecting our most vulnerable citizens. We're a top state for fiscal management. Our savings account is at all-time high. We have the highest bond rating possible. We're a leader in small business growth, advanced industry job growth, energy availability at low cost. We take that for granted, how cheap our energy is, but it's a huge bonus for us. 46% of new job commitments under Governor Lee are in rural Tennessee. We got to thank Governor Lee for his commitment to supporting our rural communities. We lead the nation in protecting children. We're on December 4th, we're in front of the United States Supreme Court because Tennessee led the nation in banning that children can be protected. We banned that they can't do the transgender surgeries and puberty blockers and all that. We're going to get in that case and we're one of the first states to protect our women in women's sports. We don't need men playing in women's sports. Hallelujah! So those are one of the big things. This is a couple of the highlights that we're doing. And so I'll close with, I'm a UT football fan, so I'm going to close with one of General Nealon's maxims. And I think it's really appropriate because, we're feeling really good about this election, but it's not over until next week. We have got to carry the fight to them. So we have to press our advantage, but we need to carry the fight to our opponents and do it for all 60 minutes. We got to keep it there. So thank you very much.
Senator, I appreciate you reading those statistics and all those facts because it does demonstrate what a great state we live in here in the state of Tennessee. In the state Senate, you are really fortunate to have a good man represent you in this district. His Senate district is 7 counties, and he is all over those 7 counties. But maybe more importantly, or as importantly, he is somebody that I like to work with from the federal level to the state level because we've got a lot of the common things that we work on together. He does a great job, but you know that, and that's why you keep re-electing him. Please welcome our state senator, Ed Jackson.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you very much. It's great to be back in Jackson. It started out early this morning, about 6 o'clock, from this parking lot. We have driven all over West Tennessee, so a number of stops. So it's been a long day, but it's been a great day. Everywhere we've gone, there have been huge crowds, a lot of enthusiasm. We're getting the vote out here in Tennessee. I wish every other state would do this, what we're doing here, but things are going very, very well. It's great working with these 2 Senate members that are here today. They're extremely good. I hate to follow an undertaker and a lawyer, but I'm the third man, so that's what I'm having to do. I do want to close with one other thing, one other point, that we are number 1 for 3 years in a row and voter integrity. That's another thing. Our Secretary of State, Mahalo, has done an amazing job of making sure our elections are straight on, and we get the vote out, and everybody gets a chance to vote. So that's what we want. So that's really another thing to brag about. So it's been a great day, as I said, a long day, but I'm so enthused about it. But it's my honor. It's a great honor to be able to serve people of Madison County. There's so many of my friends in here. Trey Click been praying for you, buddy. Glad to see you here. I'm really glad of that. Sorry that happened to you. We have a lot of great things going on in Tennessee. Representative Chairman Chris Todd, got to get you reelected too. And Speaker Sexton, you as well. I know you'll run every 2 years, so we need to get you guys back. We need you desperately up there. So great working with both of you. But anyway, thank you for being here today. Again, it's my very great pleasure and honor to be able to serve you. I'll run again in a couple of years, and I hope to get your vote then. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for your service. And it is indeed a pleasure working with you too. We do have a lot of things that we talk about and we work together on making sure we're aligned with the federal and the state. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator, very much. Thank you. The Senator talked about our journeys today, and then I was thinking about yesterday. We were in good crowds. We were in Henry County, we were in Weakley County, we were in Obion County. You know where we had one of the largest crowds was in Lake County. They really turned out in Lake County, and that just tells you that just feel the excitement, and people really want change. And so I'm proud of that. I'm also proud of our next speaker. So you know him. He does a really good job representing Madison County, and he is a strong conservative voice for you all, and I guess for all of us in Nashville. Please join me in welcoming our friend, Chris Todd.
So encouraging to see this many people come out. Brooks, we got to get a bigger room. You're going to have to move a wall or something. This is fantastic. Senator Jackson mentioned our safe elections that you can be very proud of in this state, and we make sure of that. Our Secretary of State does that as well, all the way down to the county level. Lori Lott here in Madison County doing a phenomenal job. I had a gentleman approach me in early voting today. He came in and we were just chit-chat for a second, and he made a comment about how crowded it was because the parking lot was full, which is so encouraging. And I said, but you'll be back at your truck in less than 10 minutes. And he was. I mean, get in and get out. They're doing a phenomenal job. Got some great volunteers and employees down there. So give a shout out to them. They're doing a fantastic job. You know, 8 years ago, the liberals in this country thought they had the majority. And when Donald Trump got elected, you and I both saw them get a smack across the face. They had to realize we're not in the majority. We thought we had this country. They don't have this country. You have this country. And we're about to show them one more time who is the majority. Conservative in this country. We're going to keep it that way. We appreciate your help in showing up and giving of your funds to help the candidates here on the stage and many others, and for just getting behind us, holding our signs, putting them in your yard. So much appreciated. Everybody plays a role. And I'll give a shout out to, speaking of signs, I've got a gentleman here on the front row, Todd Steffen. He's got us a wagon out front here with a big sign on it for David Kuskoff and Marcia Blackbird and myself. Todd has put that together, gone to a lot of work this week to get that set up so that we can advertise and get us reelected. So thank y'all again for coming out and appreciate your help.
Thank you, Representative Todd. You said I can come sign that sign later, right? Okay. You signed the bus yet?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Thank you very much. You know, John Stevens talked about Tennessee, and we've all talked about Tennessee. We're really fortunate, I think, to live in the best state in the nation. And, you know, you think about our quality of life here and the way we live. And when I tour around West Tennessee, I run into to people who have moved here from all over, from California or New York or Illinois. Mayor Massey, I know you probably see people like that all the time in Madison County, and you're going to continue to see that. And I will ask them, how did you pick Tennessee, or how did you pick West Tennessee? And you get all types of different answers, from quality of life to I wanted my children not to be taught what they were taught in California, and we want them to have a good education. We want to be able to start a business, grow a business. We're a very business-friendly state. Governor Lee, Bill Lee, who I think has done a good job as governor, fine man. He says that Tennessee is the most moved to state in the nation. And that's right. But you know what? That doesn't just happen. You got to have the right leadership at the executive level, and you've got to have the right leadership at the legislative level. And our next speaker literally sets the agenda. He decides what gets voted on and tries to make it become law, working with all of his colleagues. He is a smart man, and what he does is he looks at the legislation, he puts forward what's conservative, what's right, and frankly, what's just common sense. And I'm really proud that on all 35 stops, he has been there preaching the gospel, not taking anything for granted. I appreciate his leadership. I appreciate his friendship. So I would like for us to give a good Madison County welcome to the Speaker of the House, Cameron Sachs.
Thank you all for coming out. I'll just say, is it not good to have an undertaker in Shelby County who doesn't let the dead vote, right? And it's moved us generations ahead. It really has. Listen, it's great to be here. Thank you all for the opportunity to come out. I always love coming here and also meeting you. I've had a lot of meetings here with a lot of elected officials and other people trying to make sure we're passing good policies in the state of Tennessee. And I can tell you, you know how conservative the state of Tennessee is, what my new definition is. So there's rankings that say the General Assembly is the most conservative in America. How you really know it is when the ACLU sues you every time you pass a bill because they're afraid of what other states are going to do based on what Tennessee does. That's right. So that's the new definition. I think we're winning, for sure. The other thing is, if you see the bus out there, we're taking that all across the state, as they said. And so as we're going across the state of Tennessee, we're meeting all kinds of people. It's wonderful. A lot of people blowing horns. Great turnouts, Lake County. And the Democrats, I call them the new Democrat Party because it's not the Southern Democrat Party anymore, it's a new Democrat Party. They decided that they had to do a tour because they couldn't be outdone. The problem is they couldn't fill up a bus, so it's not a bus tour that they're having. They're having to do a caravan across the state of Tennessee. And they were bragging actually in the paper that we're doing 6 stops in 7 days all across the state of Tennessee. We think the problem was there was not enough charging stations for them to charge to get across the state of Tennessee. Hopefully we can fix that. But what I do know is we have Commissioner Ely on, who's the TDOT commissioner, and he was talking about how the Biden-Harris is wanting to put bike lanes everywhere. We couldn't figure it out, and we finally did figure it out because the reason is they're on their caravan right now, but if we do our jobs right this election in 2 years when they decide to go, they can't do a bus, they can't do a caravan. They're going to need a bike lane to get across the state of Tennessee, so they're going to have to hop on their bike and use their power to get here. I don't think it'll be 7 days. I think it'll be a little bit longer than that. Get a horse. Yeah, we'll go back to the buggy day. We got some Amish country here. We'll be great. Listen, so we're on the Freedom Tour. And the Freedom Tour there's no better way to describe the difference between the new Democrat Party and the good old Republican Party. Is we believe in freedom, they believe in government control. You can see that in COVID, you can see it in everything that they do. You can see it in how they got Kamala Harris to be their presidential nominee. People just fall in line, they do what they're asked, and they're like robots. Right? That's what they do. Now, what I will say is our Freedom Tour, what we believe in is economic freedom. We believe in healthcare freedom. We believe in personal freedom. We believe in Second Amendment freedom. We believe in education freedom. We also believe in religious freedom as well. Isn't it great? I've been able to serve with 2 governors, Governor Haslam and Governor Lee. Is it not